Welcome. Well, I'm super excited to be able to share with y'all a training on customer care. And this was actually a training I developed probably 8 years ago. And I've kind of refreshed it and updated it. And I'm really, really excited to be able to share it with y'all today and to have it in a recorded form so that others can listen down the road because I know that all of y'all are like I am. You want to give the best customer care and you want to teach and train your team members that come on to give the best customer care because we love our people and we want them to know that. We want them to know right off the bat from the very beginning this was not about placing an order, this was about a relationship that we want to put some simple solutions in your hands and we want to walk beside you as you walk into this new healthy living relationship. So we as a team are very committed to excellent, engaging customer care and giving everybody the best possible Juice Plus experience. How many of y'all know someone who, when it was time for their second box to ship, they had barely even opened the first box, right? They barely even gotten through their first 4 bottles of the quad. We've all had that happen, and that you just get that sick feeling in the pit of your stomach, like they have invested in this and they're not getting the benefits from it. So I divided it into 3 different categories. It's mindset, heart set, and skill set. So our mindset for customer care is first and foremost, this is the most important thing we do. It's the foundation of inspiring healthy living and building a stable and lasting Juice Plus virtual franchise. This is the only part of our business that is not optional. And so as we invite people into our business, they need to understand that we love having new team members. And one of the best things that they'll be able to do is to learn customer care so they can give their new customers excellent customer care. It is the key to the 4 R's of our business: retention of our customers, lifetime residual income, referrals, and then also it's I don't really like the word recruit, but it recruits team. I mean, our what happens is, our customers, they go from being prospects to customers, and then we want them to go from being customers, ultimately to raving fan customers, customers who love their Juice Plus, and they don't want to be the only person in their family on it. They want their whole family on it, and they even begin to start thinking of other people that they care about, that they want to share it with as well, or they want us to share it with. So not everybody will become a team member, but I will tell you, y'all, I have customers who've been customers for close to 20 years who are the best referral sources. They have no interest in doing the business. I never push anybody on that because they will need to do customer care. And if they don't, if that's not what they want to add to their life, then let them be a happy referral source. And I always do something special for them. I have one customer who's referred me probably 3 quads, and I sent her, she loves the Complete. I sent her a box of Complete as a gift from me. After after the 3rd quad, I thought, hey, and I really want to give you a thank you for that. And so you need to know that the customer's mindset is this: when they purchase their Juice Plus, their mindset is, I'm trying this. They're not like we are. I'm invested in this. Oh my gosh, my life is changing because of this whole food nutrition. No, they're not thinking that. They're thinking, I'll give it a try. Okay. So your job in that first 4 months is to move them from I'll give it a try to, gosh, I wouldn't want to be without this for a single day. That's what we try to accomplish in our first 4 months. And those first 4 months are really the most critical 4 months of a person's experience. The heart set that we have is that relationships are not something, they are everything. It's a privilege and an honor to be a small part of people's health journey. We have such an honor. Um, I know y'all are like I am. Many people really open their hearts to you because people's health journey can be a very tender place, and especially if they're suffering or struggling. And so, what an honor we have to be a small part of someone's health journey. The other thing is when we're faithful in small things, we will be entrusted with more. If we're not faithful in small things, we're not going to be entrusted with more. And so we want to take really good care of what we have, and then we'll watch it grow. Mara gave me this beautiful little angel that still she is hung on my little um, dish towel holder, and it's a Mother Teresa quote. It's a little angel that says, "None of us, including me, ever do great things, but we can do small things with great love, and together we can do something wonderful." So that is what we want to do with customer care. It may seem like a small thing, but we can do it with great love, and it's really a great thing. And then next is the skill set. So the first 4 months, we've talked a lot about the importance of that. So the first thing you want to do is you want to know your customer. And I always use, I'm going to share my screen real quick. Oh, I got to send a request to you. Mimi, I'm requesting to share the screen. If you can give me that. Okay. So now I can share my screen. I always use this same form, and I have probably 10 of these printed off at my desk. Whenever somebody gets started, and if you're at a gathering, I will have these on a clipboard at a gathering. If you're not at a gathering, I always say to the person, "I'd love about 10 minutes of your time to help you get off to the best possible start." And you can see where you're going to be filling in the information, which product they're on, you'll have their address probably and their email. But you want to always ask them if you can send them a Facebook friend request if you're not already friends on Facebook. And you want to ask them if you can add them to our private Facebook group, Simple Solutions. It's good to ask them what their favorite way to learn is, and also what their favorite way to communicate is. I find that most of my people, their favorite way to communicate is text. However, the telephone is really my favorite way to communicate, and it's what I find most useful in having engaging conversations that really move things forward. That said, second to having a conversation would be voice text. I think they can hear your voice, they can hear your care for them in a voice text. Regular texts just are hard to hear a heart in. And then you want to do their pre-Juice Plus survey. You really want to know, why did they order? And what they're hoping will happen in their family, in their family's health experience. And I always say, what are the top 3 things you would love to see happen for yourself and your family as you begin this journey and as you begin to get this whole food nutrition in your body every day? And then, do you have a spot where you're going to keep your Juice Plus? And then, how can I best, connect with you? Then you've got the survey at the bottom. I love having this all on one sheet. There is a separate survey that you can access, but personally, I love to have it all on one sheet. And then, you're looking at what their top 3 things they were hoping to have changed. And then, you're able to, at 3 months, I think 90 days, between 90 and 120 days is the perfect time to fill this out, because that gives enough time for people to begin to really experience some changes. And interestingly, what I like to do when I first start this survey, and I'll shoot them a quick text, when would you have about 5 to 10 minutes to connect briefly? I've got a quick survey I want to do. And so then when you get on the phone with them, I like to say, tell me what you and your family have experienced. And a lot of times they'll sort of, that's a good question. Well, I don't think we've, been sick as much or whatever. Sometimes they may say, I'm not really sure. And then you can go into, okay, well, let me kind of see if I can jog your memory a little bit, your brain a little bit. So do you find yourselves eating more fruits and vegetables? Anyway, you go through all these questions, y'all. You can then look at how that matches up with what they were hoping to see. and you can bring it together for them. I recently did this with a young mom, and she had told me that her kids were sick all the time. And when I asked her, what their experiences had been, she kind of hemmed and hawed. And she said, Gosh, I'm not really sure. Well, then when I started getting down in here, I asked some of these questions, and it came out that, they had an improvement in general sense of well-being because they hadn't been sick. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I hadn't even connected that we haven't been sick. And it's since we started Juice Plus." So a lot of times we're connecting those dots for people. And so it's so, so valuable. And the time you spend doing that will reap so many benefits. And so I think then what I do with that is I hole punch it and I put that in a notebook that I save. And a lot of times I'll, with different connections that are significant, I might write a note on the back of that because the back of it is blank. And then engagement, you want to invite to events. And I think in their first 4 months, if you can get them on a good, strong Zoom event or in-person event, it goes a long way in building their belief. I mentioned inviting them to the Simple Solutions Facebook group. I really hope to get more engagement in the Facebook group, and I really enlist your help in that. Comment, like, engage, because the more you engage, the more it pulls it up in people's feed and the more they will engage. So let's try not to be silent in there, except when, I know a lot of you all are posting, and I'm so thankful for that. And it's so much better when there's a variety of people posting. They get different personalities, different perspectives, different things, different recipes. And the one thing I hear that people say the most that they love about it is they love recipes. So do throw in your recipes, when you have them. But I think it's really important for us to invite them to post in there too, and for them to feel like a valued part of that community. So I'm really hopeful that we can get that Facebook group going from being a sleepy place to a lively, fun place of engagement. So that is my vision for it. Y'all help me make it happen, okay? And then check-ins with Project Broadcast. I mentioned earlier, and if you're hearing the recording, you can ask your sponsor about this, or you can reach out to me and ask about this. But I do have a 4-month campaign for new customers that I would encourage every single person on our team to use. I've gone into it, I've edited it myself and made it my own. If you, as a leader, want to make it your own, then you certainly can do that and have access to it. Or you can, we can have every single new customer in Team Impact automatically go into that new customer campaign or drip, where that person who's a new customer is automatically going to get those messages. And just to give you a little flavor for that, it's about 5 messages in the first 30 days. And then there's a message at 60 days, 90 days, 110 days before they're due to ship again. So that's kind of the pattern for it. They're not overwhelmed by it. And then the other important thing I think to do is to invite every single one of your customers to the Reset 25 at some point on their journey. Some new customers will start with Reset 25. I'm a firm believer that Reset 25 is customer care on steroids, because you then are giving them so much value add, so much encouragement. You're giving them so much individual and personal encouragement on their own health journey, and drilling down with them what's most important to them, and really holding their hand and helping them along the way. If I had my dream come true, every single one of our customers on our whole team would do Reset 25 at some point. So that's my heart for that. I think it's the best program out there. I know of a lot of different programs, and I just think it's the best. and I know I'm partial. But ultimately, the other thing that you're going to have happen is you're going to have these raving fan customers. And of course, that gives you the opportunity to invite them to come and do what we do. You never use come join my team or my business or whatever. It's, hey, maybe you might have people you care about that you want to share this information that's been life-changing for you. I'd love to help you do that. We use that kind of friendly verbiage that is a non-business sounding verbiage. Nobody really wants to start a business. That sounds heavy and big and time consuming and like too much for most people. So with that, I'm going to close it. Feel free to connect with either me or your upline support team with any questions that you have, and we'll stop the recording.